was 19 when I got drafted, and I was 20 when I went over to Vietnam.
A small piece of paper that changed the course of Mark Levine's life. Now 74, the retired Army specialist reflects on his time served in Vietnam with pride.
Duty called, and I answered it, and I'm glad I did.
In a ceremony Monday night, he and more than 130 Vietnam War veterans from West Haven will finally get the thanks they've been waiting for from their elected leaders. A symbol of gratitude for putting their lives on the line for their country all those years ago.
Being away from home, being away from your family, knowing how worried they were.
There's a chance you wouldn't come back.
I did lose friends over there in our battalion, so I think about it all the time.
Retired Army Sergeant Paul Anderson says Monday's honor is a striking shift from how soldiers were treated upon their return home from war.
The 60s were a very turbulent time. They were spitting on us, yelling at us, so you had to be careful where you wore your uniform, and because people were pretty angry in public places about this.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, terrible. I felt very bad for the guys that lost their lives for this. It's people don't understand.
In 2003, local veterans groups helped bring this Vietnam memorial wall to West Haven to ensure the names engraved in granite would never be forgotten.
Well, because these are all guys from West Haven that served there. These are men who served. Every one of these guys gave up time out of their lives to serve their country, and they deserve to be recognized.
And now that recognition will be delivered in a way almost more meaningful, through the words, "Thank you for your service."
It's going to make me feel proud. It really is, because for the longest time we weren't honored at all. So this is nice that they do this now.
I also want to share what state leaders are saying about tonight's ceremony. The Lieutenant Governor writing, quote, "The Vietnam era is one of the most complicated and painful in our nation's history, and this ceremony is to say thank you and welcome home, something these veterans never received. Though our veterans never asked to be thanked or recognized, it is our responsibility to ensure that they know that we will always be grateful for their service and they will forever be our heroes." So, Brent, Sarah, it's unclear why now is the time to finally recognize these vets. Some have passed away and they'll never hear the words thank you, but at least now tonight, literally happening right now, more than 130 of them in West Haven will be getting that thanks.
It was such a difficult time in our nation's history, and you know, these were kids who were drafted and they were sent over there and they just wanted to get home alive. And they got home, and the pain continued for a while. So it's nice to see them recognized.
Yeah, absolutely. So important. Thank you, Bridget.